Damn it, it almost feels like this stuff should be like further spaced apart. And I talked about this in my video. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and I'll link it at the top. And it's where I had said, at any portion of this little wheel of get vaccinated, it continues to spread. Get the second jab, it continues to spread. Get the booster, it continues to spread. Wear a mask, it continues to spread, etc. And this is this is why I said, at any point in that little wheel, if you choose to stop playing the game, well then you become the enemy. And literally a day later, the Israeli health prime minister says exactly what I said. In this video, it's about a minute. We're gonna listen. I'm actually going to turn off the sound because he's speaking in Israeli, so there's no point. But he goes on to say here, and he says a very important. Actually, let me remove myself real quick. And you can see the text at the bottom, and he says a very important point that the public must understand, and I think most of the people are not aware of it yet. And he says the most vulnerable population at the moment, in a paradoxical manner, are the ones who received 2 doses but not the third dose. Why? Right? So it's like, what's the matter with you, you damn anti-vaxxer? So you took the first 2, but you didn't take the third. Are you in doubt? Are you a Trumper? Are you a Republican? And this is the sort of madness. It is a cycle that as long as people continue to play the game, well then this is going to be the future. He goes on to state. He says because they walk around feeling like they are protected. Well, that's what you told people. That's what you told people. You told people that if you took it, I mean, shoot, the freaking CDC, the FDA said it yesterday. The FDA said it yesterday. 91% reduction in the chances of you even contracting the disease.
As Dr. Woodcock noted, based on the results from the clinical trial, the vaccine was 91% effective in preventing COVID-19 disease.
And then later on, the Pfizer CEO had mentioned, well, we're not sure if you can still spread it. And then, of course, now it's been confirmed that, yes, you can spread it. And in fact, you can still contract the disease. They refer to them as breakthroughs. And so if you don't want to play this game, this is basically where you're at. As he says, because they walk around feeling like they are protected because they received both doses, they do not understand that the second vaccine has faded. Right? And he goes on to say, against the Delta, it says, and must be quickly get vaccinated with, what was that? Must quickly get vaccinated with the third vaccine dose. Right? So this is the whole point, where if you were a good little boy and you got your first dose, you got your second dose, you're like, I did it all by myself, mommy. I ran out there and I got vaccinated, and you were out there, cheering yourself. You were a hero. There were people that went out there getting tattoos on their arms when they got vaccinated, and then now they're like, "Oops, sorry, you're actually a super spreader, and now you need to get a third dose." And he goes on to say, therefore, each of us, including members of the Kasset Gilad, Kariv, and Itamar Ben, oh my God, Javir, who are both young, he goes on to say, is there are many young people who are vaccinated who are seriously ill, including hospitalizations, right? So all these people who ran out and got, because over in Israel they only use the Pfizer, right? So, and the FDA said that the Pfizer it's safe, it's effective, 91% or whatever it was. And of course, the Israeli health minister is now stating to the contrary, that many of these individuals who are currently vaccinated, even young, are actually finding themselves in the hospital, which is very odd from an immunological standpoint. From the standpoint of how immunity works, it is very odd to see those who have been vaccinated are actually finding their way into the hospital. It says these ages are the most vulnerable because someone who didn't get vaccinated is aware of it for a year and a half. He is probably sitting in a closed room or something. And he goes on that, and I think that's the last little bit. But this is the narrative. This is the narrative, and this is what I said in that video, that it's a never ending loop. It's literally like the movie Groundhog's Day, where you got your double dose, you wake up the next day, and now you're in it because you haven't gotten your third dose. Now you're part of the unvaccinated, right? And this will not end. Israel is one of the most vaccinated countries. They were the first ones that rushed out there. They basically locked all their people down and told them, we're going to leave you behind. I did a video talking about that, where this guy right here said, if you don't get vaccinated, you're going to be left behind in society. You're not going to be able to go into your food store, to go to the supermarkets. You're not going to be allowed back into society. So everybody said fine, and they went out there. They got double vaccinated. They got their double jabbed, and you're right back at square one. And this is why it's important to understand that the moment you give the moment you're on track and you give up your civil liberty, there is no getting it back, because these individuals will not give you back your freedom. The moment you it's why Benjamin Franklin said what he said, that those who trade their freedom for even a little bit of safety end up with neither. These people neither received the safety that they were promised of not contracting the virus. Now these individuals are finding themselves in the hospital, double vaccinated. And they, on top of that, they lost their safety, because now they're right back at square one, where the government says, well, no, you know what it is because you didn't take the third dose. Shame on you. You didn't take the third dose, and you're an anti-vaxxer. You're part of the problem. Yeah, you took the first. Yeah, you took the second, but you didn't take the third. And that's the problem. Is you're out there, you're running out there thinking that you're safe because you took 2 jabs and you didn't take the third. What happens when they all take the third and they're right back at square one? It's a never-ending loop. And it's why people have to understand that, and they have to realize the situation that they're in, and they have to push back no matter the cost.